Okay, still prepping for best movies post-pandemic. Went back a little bit and got a couple of French films. First one being Titane, or Titanium in English. This movie is a trip. There is a lot of craft on display in this film and some really, really great acting. But overall, this just doesn't fit. It doesn't play for me across the whole runtime. And there's a lot of things that just don't make sense. Now, you can talk all you want about metaphors, but at some point, the narrative just has to make a little more sense to allow those metaphors to really shine. I think the movie could have started when she reaches the fire station. And I'm not going to say any more about that before I do my cut because I don't want to spoil anything for those that might watch it. But that's where I think they could have stopped it. So it could have been 30 to 40 minutes shorter of a film. They could have backtracked flashbacks, like real quick flashbacks when she's talking or not talking to the fire chief or captain. So that's where I think they could have cut it and it would have been a way better film. So we'll get into some of the negatives afterwards, but this movie sits in the pocket. It's definitely good. Okay, so the thing I did not like about this, why do you need the supernatural elements when you have such a great story? Did you really need to metaphor? Why not make it a real RAPE? I'm not sure if I can say that on YouTube, but anyway, it seems like the concept is there, the metaphor is there, and birthing life is an important thing and a beautiful thing. And to match that with some body horror, makes sense because that's how life is. But the whole car element just doesn't fit for me. It doesn't make any sense. She got real worried that the car survived the crash just like she did at the beginning, but there's no other real mention of why she loves cars, why she's into vehicles. But she loves them enough that she will do weird things with them, and that will lead to said events of the film. So I guess I'm just questioning the logic there, but also the metaphor losing itself inside itself, because everything once she reaches the fire station, the lack of social connection, the fact that the father is not her father, the elements of familiar relationship and being able to socialize yourself, but from a place of compassion, not from a place of selfishness. All of that stuff is wonderful. And Vincent Linden is incredible throughout the film and makes the entirety of it just so connecting, so visceral and heartfelt. And to see him, dealing with his own problems with his aging and things like that, but then also trying to get his son back. There's just so much in that. And was he mad about him? Did he kill him in a fire? Did he let him die in a fire? All of that stuff is just masterful. So to have all of that wrapped around this weird supernatural serial killer type person is an intriguing screenplay idea, but in execution, it just muddles the waters. I think the whole kill scene at the beginning where she murders a whole house of people, but then can't get the last one because she's exhausted, realistic, but also just weird and off-putting. Because what movie am I in by the time I get 30 or 40 minutes in? Just start me at the fire station and give me a masterpiece. So I also didn't get the first scene and why the exotic dancing was needed and all that stuff. It just doesn't make sense. Once you get past that, it's this is great. I loved the first act. I really did. And it's fun to watch and funny. But man, by the time you get to the fire station, it really gets its stride and makes an absolutely masterful film. So, is it bad? No, it's not a bad film. It's not made bad. It's actually really made quite well. Julia Ducournau is the director, and she did Raw, and I loved Raw. But I don't recommend that one for a lot of people, though. It's pretty dark. And so is this one, for that matter. So, but I guess I'm trying to grapple with what I actually believe to be good and what I actually believe to be muddled and what actually is bad. Because I don't think this movie is bad, but I don't think it executes what it wanted to execute as well as you think it would. And on top of that, the fact that France nominated it for an Oscar and not Petite Maman, which you should go watch my review of that one if you haven't already, is kind of, it's a travesty. Because that movie is so much better than this one. And I would love to get some pushback on that. I want to hear what you guys think down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.